morning, Erie. It's Thursday morning. I'm Yoselin Person, filling in for Dave Belmondo this week.
And things are looking pretty nice out there, weather-wise.
Yes, this weekend it's looking pretty nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're rocking the red here again for today. Vibrant. It's not bright. Because
it's vibrant.
It's vibrant. It's not like, it's vibrant.
I hope not.
No. It shows up well on the air. No need to adjust the brightness on your set. And, yeah, but perfect outfit to wear outside on nice weather.
The earrings
like
too, and then
matching earrings, matching. I'm telling you.
Oh, and the lips too.
Okay, glam, baby, all glam, all glam. Me, I have no earrings, I have no lipstick, and I'm sporting.
You're just Tom.
I'm Tom. Yes. Old, stable.
The weather guy here.
Maybe not stable, but the old part is definitely right. A little gray out there. Looking forward to some good weather for the next couple.
Oh yeah, same. Next week, not so much for me.
Not
but,
so much. So enjoy this week.
Yeah. We start this half hour with the intense hearing with the country's top health officials on the Capitol Hill Wednesday.
How soon could there be a potential vaccine for COVID-19 in the U.S. and how long will it take before all Americans would have access to it? Mary Bruce reports.
As the nation marks a horrific milestone, 200,000 killed by the coronavirus, the head of the CDC, Dr. Robert Redfield, with a stark reality check.
A majority of our nation, more than 90% of the population, remains susceptible.
On Capitol Hill, the nation's top health experts trying to convince Americans to take a vaccine when one becomes available, saying they themselves will.
I certainly would take that vaccine.
I would have no hesitancy to recommend to my family.
But a growing number of Americans are skeptical as the president sends mixed messages on the virus and amid growing concerns that his administration is putting politics ahead of science. The head of the FDA insisting they can be trusted.
Our thorough review processes and science will guide our decisions. FDA will not permit any pressure from anyone to change that. I will fight for science.
The scientists facing pushback. Republican Senator Rand Paul trying to discredit Anthony Fauci, questioning why New York has beaten back the virus.
They are looking at the guidelines that we have put together from the task force of the 4 or 5 things of masks, social distancing, outdoors more than indoors, avoiding crowds, and washing hands.
Or they've developed enough community immunity that they're no longer having the pandemic because they have enough immunity in New York City to actually stop.
I challenge that, Senator, because I want to, please, sir, I would like to be able to do this because this happens with Senator Rand all the time. You were not listening to what the director of the CDC said, that in New York it's about 22%. If you believe 22% is herd immunity, I believe you're alone in that.
That was Mary Bruce reporting. The latest COVID-19 numbers reveal an increase in deaths in Erie County. 2 more people have reportedly died as a result of COVID-19, with the death count now at 51. The Erie County Health Department also reporting 49 active cases, including 13 new cases reported Wednesday. More than 1,500 people have tested positive since March. Another 39 people have died from COVID-19 in Pennsylvania. That total is now 8,062. 898 additional positive COVID-19 cases also reported yesterday, for a statewide total of more than 152,000. In Crawford County, the state reports an increase of 5 cases for a total of 298. Warren County remains at 42 cases, and Chautauqua County also unchanged, reporting 623 total cases again yet Wednesday, and Ashtabula County is up to for a total of 653 cases of COVID-19. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf gets support from his party during an attempt to override a veto. State House Republicans didn't get the numbers needed to override Governor Wolf's veto and allow schools to decide their own crowd sizes. 24 Democrats, including the House Minority Leader, supported the original bill but voted no on the override. Wolf's mandates allowed 250 people at outdoor sporting events and 25 indoors.
One of our policies has been to follow the science and look at what's been happening around the state and try and make sure we keep people safe.
And frankly, I have trusted my school boards and superintendents of the schools to make decisions that are best for them and not just a blanket order across the Commonwealth.
Here's how the local delegation cited voting yes to override. Republicans Kurt Stoney, Brad Roy, Kathy Rapp, and Part Wentling. They were joined by Democrat Ryan Bizzarro. Casting votes against the override were Democrats Bob Mursky and Pat Harkins. A push to loosen pandemic restrictions on bars and restaurants is underway at the Pennsylvania Capitol. The proposal comes as Governor Tom Wolf plans to veto the restaurant bill. Star Bodie spoke to local restaurant owners to get their reaction.
After months of financial burden, Pennsylvania lawmakers are pushing to lift restaurant and bar restrictions.
I think last week's ruling and today's vote by an overwhelming majority and a bipartisan support shows the gross overreach of the Wolf administration, kind of the position they've put local businesses in, particularly the restaurant and food and beverage industry.
House Bill 2513 would set capacity for restaurants at a minimum of 50% and would allow them to comply with social distancing efforts. It would also remove Governor Wolf's ban on bar services, allowing patrons to sit at the bar.
People coming out, just grabbing a beer, tourists coming in from out of state that don't know what our regulations are, just coming in, wanting to grab a pint. We've been having to sell food and things like that, so all of that would go away.
The bill would eliminate the requirement that a meal must be purchased to get an alcoholic beverage. This comes just days after Wolf administration eased restrictions on restaurants, allowing them to a maximum capacity of 50%. Restaurant owners say it's been a long time coming to loosen restrictions, and it's humbling knowing that local representatives are weighing in.
Very happy that all of our local delegation voted for it. People try to turn this into a Democrat-Republican kind of issue, but I don't think that was the case. You know, all the Republicans in the House supported it, but you know, all our local Democrats supported it as well.
Star Bodie, Jet 24 Action News.
The governor's press secretary, Lindsay Kinzinger, said in a statement that the governor does plan to veto the bill and that we must continue to take important steps to protect public health as we head into the fall. UPMC facilities are in the middle of a preparedness drill for mass vaccinations. Operation One Shot is a system-wide effort they've been planning for more than a year. This is to practice a mass vaccination of their staff using real flu shots. UPMC officials say mass vaccination is important for emergency preparedness, and the pandemic has amplified the need to be ready. Their goal is 2,000 vaccinations this week. One person taken to the hospital after reportedly falling off the back of a motorcycle overnight. It's new this morning on Jet 24 Action News. According to reports from the scene, a woman riding on the back of a motorcycle fell off the bike in the area of West 19th and Raspberry in Erie. This happened around 1 o'clock this morning. The driver of the motorcycle then allegedly left the woman there and fled the scene on the bike. The woman was taken to the hospital by ambulance with serious injuries. Also new this morning, the driver of a 1-ton pickup truck towing a forklift is taken to the hospital after he crashes. This accident happening around 2 o'clock this morning on the northbound on ramp of I-79 in Edinburgh. According to first responders, the driver lost control of his vehicle and went off the roadway before coming to rest in a nearby wooded area. He was not seriously injured but was taken to the hospital for treatment. A volunteer fire department will buy life-saving equipment thanks to a generous donation. Erie Distillery presenting a $1,300 check to West Lake Fire Department. The money was raised during a fundraiser concert last Sunday at the distillery and will be used to buy 4 sets of body armor. Westlake's assistant fire chief says he was blown away by the amount of money that was raised.
You know, sometimes we're in this line of fire and we get ourselves in dangerous situations sometimes. So this is going to be a great life-saving gift from these guys at Erie Distillery and all the people that came here and donated.
Erie Distillery plans to hold another fundraiser next summer. Time now is 6:10 and we're heading to the Erie Zoo to check in with Scott to see what wild stuff he's got in store for us. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. That's right. Time for my annual Super Bowl pick. So which animal team will be best? I'll tell you. Stay with us.
From your news leader, you're watching David Belmondo, meteorologist Tom DeVecchio, and Jay Pushkar with sports. This is Jet 24. Good morning, Erie.